Hi, and welcome to today's video where I will be talking about how AI and data analysis are coming together within project management. As part of the video, what I will be covering is what the importance of actual data within project management. As we all know, as project managers, data is really key. Some of the basis of AI data analysis, just some key areas. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but some key applications of AI in project management where it can really benefit from a project perspective. Then I'm going to go into some of the, potential challenges and solutions out there and some future trends that I personally see happening. So without delay, let's crack on. So the real first thing is the importance of data in project management. Now, as a project manager, we all know that having historical data to work from on previous projects is very useful, albeit that it's not many project managers actually use it. They just crack on with the project to move ahead because there's not enough time, etc. But historical data are for predictions, etc., is really key. Real-time data for adjustment. Now, this is where it really comes into its own, using real-time data to really push forward on how to adjust your plan, etc., so that you can evaluate where you are, what you're doing, etc., which is really key. Now, real-time data, I would say, is probably the biggest part it will play within project management. Data-driven decisions for better outcomes. Now, obviously, if you've got more data, the more and it's translated in the right way, you can easily make decisions, which then allows you to be a better project manager to make more quantified decisions with the correct amount of information, as long as that information is good. It's not you're not putting rubbish in, which then outputs rubbish basically. An example is, where a project manager is using past project timelines to estimate durations of the next new project. Now, there's no fine art really on how we're going to do this, but ultimately, any historical data or live data is going to be really beneficial. So some of the basics of AI in data analysis, some of the basics, I'm really going to cover this, and I'll cover this in other videos, are some of the algorithms being used, and that is machine learning for predictions, neural language processing for understanding product communications, and there's also deep learning for complex data structures. Again, those are all some of the algorithms that are being used, and I don't think they're being used. I know they're not being used very much, but I know there's plenty of software out there that are using this and utilizing it. And a prime example is where an AI tool that predicts potential project delays based on email sentiments. It can read your emails, predict what's going to happen, where the delays are, etc., and then make a decision on that basis. So next one is key applications for AI within project management. Is where will it be used? My first one I really think is risk analysis. So here I think it's going to, predicting and prioritizing project risks is going to help you understand that. It's going to be able to identify patterns from past projects which lead to risks and mitigate that early. The pros are, it's quicker identifying the, proactive management, but the cons are it might need larger data sets to, for accuracy. So risk management is really good. It will help you analyze it, but again, you do need that human intervention. But again, it does need a lot of data input for it to really work when it kicks in. Next one is resource optimization. Now, AI for better resource allocation and team formation. So, are you able to understand where you have shortfalls, where people are away, etc., so that you can predict and slot people into the right slots automatically. Now, this happens in a lot of manufacturing, a lot of industry where, software is used to predict the time slots where resources are available to make sure that the service is delivered. Now, that within IT and project delivery, it's in its infancy, and I've seen it used in some applications. Right is one I've just reviewed, and I think it's really good, and it has its benefits, which again, resource optimization is key. Knowing when your resources are going to fail, you can put in your holidays. Again, data needs to go in. And the pros are it's going to really make you more efficient at allocating resource at the right time, etc. Some potential cons are, there could be potential biases on the algorithm depending on how it's developed. You still need that human intervention, which I keep saying, but at the moment there are some biases depending on how the algorithm is built, etc. Next one is where it will help is forecasting and predictions. Now, we all know as project managers, we hate, I hate it anyway, to forecasting and trying to predict where we are, especially when things are constantly changing, but it's a key part of being a project manager and making sure that you understand, what your predictions are, where where your dates, what dates are you going to meet, what your costs are, and potential outcomes and milestones you are going to meet. And you can use AI to forecast the cost overruns of a project, which is the prime one, and help with budgeting. And it will give you more, accurate predictions, better budgeting. However, again, disadvantages are here: accuracy depending on the data quality. If you are putting rubbish in, rubbish will come out, which then I would say requires the human intervention again. Next, the final one is automated reporting, which I think for many project managers would be a godsend, because if it was automated, it will, just make life a lot easier. We know it saves time. It will make sure that you are consistent with your reporting. However, again, if you're putting rubbish data in, your rubbish data out again, and it doesn't quite, it will miss the human insight. Like, we as humans have a clear insight of what needs to be done. So then you need to tweak the report, and you need to tweak the report to your audience, because each audience requires different layers of information. Senior managers might want less, or your stakeholder wants a lot more, depending on how we do this. So next is some potential challenges with, with challenges and solutions. So you've got, data quality with AI. So here you've got, a challenge here where, like I said before, if you put garbage in, garbage comes out. If it's, if your data quality is cleansed and validated, there's a good chance it's going to help. And then, the solution here is really ensuring that your data is cleansed, validated, and understood. You have to have some sort of degree of validation. The next one is bias in AI. AI might be biased based on its training data. Now, what data you put in might produce a biased result. Now, that's something that needs to be considered. And again, it could do regular audits so that your AI model is considered fair, and it's not biased towards a certain stream. So that therefore it's beneficial, and staying neutral is probably the word I'm looking for. And then the other final one is over reliance on AI. We neglect human intuition and judgment. That's something we mustn't do. Human intuition and judgment at this stage is still very key, and making sure it gets done. And again, using an AI tool. So your solution there is using an AI tool as a tool and not a replacement is really, really key. So there's some of the few. So those are some of the challenges I've gone through, and there are probably a few more. There's training, adaptation. People might not want it, etc. So there's a whole raft of things that you need to face. But those are some of the basic challenges. So what am I seeing as a future trends? So integration of AI with other techs like IoT into project management. There's a whole load of things that are coming. I think real-time collaboration tools powered by AI are coming as well. Personal AI assistants. We already got ChatGPT, so that's really massive. And I think there's loads of things. There's Write, there's MS Project, there's the Microsoft version, which I can't remember the right name at the moment. Copilot is coming as well. So there's a huge amount of personal AI assistants that's going to help project managers in the future. And I think, it is the way forward. And I think if you embrace it, it's really going to give you the opportunity to be more efficient, more streamlined. But again, remember, human insight is really, really key here. So in summary, data for your project is really key. We've got to make sure it's a good quality, that you are using it as best possible. Sorry, using it to facilitate your projects. Real-time data is really important, which is going to give you real insights. But as we said, human insight is really key. You are analyzing the data. I can see the benefits of risk analysis, resource optimization, your forecasting and predictions, automated reporting, all those things are potentials. But again, remember, data quality needs to be garbage in, garbage out. It's got to be bias in AI, so you've got to make sure there's auditing in place, and don't become over reliant on AI, and use your human insight to really make sure it's doing the job you need it to do. I hope that was helpful. That concludes the video. Thank you for listening today.